Hi Saints, my name is Jorge and I'm the president of the Student Representative Council, or the SRC for short. And today I'm here with Michael Silvaggi. Hi Mike, thank you so much for taking your time and joining us in this Coffee and Chats video series. So the first question that I have for you is, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, thanks, Jorge. Thanks for having me. I'm like the opportunity to have a chat with our students and get some share a little bit of details about what I do, what my office does, and so forth. So my name is Mike Silvaggi. I'm the Associate Vice President of Student Services and the Registrar. What does that mean? Well, it means that I have my hands in a little bit of everything from the student services aspects, so everything from accommodation planning to counseling to pre-admission testing, the registrar's office. Well, registrar's office, I think everyone's familiar with everything from admissions. If you're an international student, yes, my signature is the one, and I do this because everywhere I've traveled, when I'm introduced as the guy that signs the letter of acceptance. We do everything from registration. A lot of servicing happens in our area with respect to student accounts, financial aid, tuition bursaries. What I didn't say is scheduling. So yes, your class schedules are created with the feedback from the academic sector. That is my team downstairs that are working diligently to ensure that the most student-friendly schedule is being provided.
Oh, wow. Busy man, eh? Yes. So how can you and your department support the students better? Especially the new students who are coming in, especially during these times. What's the best way that you can help them?
That is a great question, and it is something that since the pandemic started, since our region went on lockdown, we've had about 6-7 months in trying to determine how we're going to help students in the best ways. And as you've noted, especially a student that is a first-year student who's not familiar with St. Clair, who's not familiar with our processes and so forth. So during that time, as you know, we went to a virtual service.
Right.
Basically, if there were inquiries, everything went to email. Email right now was our best friend. It allowed us to communicate with students. It allowed the students to communicate with us. Basically, this face-to-face was not allowed. Students right now who are watching it know that you're only allowed on campus if you're enrolled, if you pass a questionnaire, and so forth. In the early days leading up to the semester, you weren't even allowed on campus. So some things have moved, and with that, our service needs to evolve. And coincidentally, as you've mentioned that, we've taken a look as to how the fall startup went. The fall startup was the longest startup because we pushed back dates. We had varied start dates as to which programs were starting, and it allowed us to basically A, catch up, B, try to put in a plan that would put our students' interests first, our staff interests first. Now that we're gone through it, we're at a midterm mark. Everyone is writing midterm exams right now. We're doing a little bit of self-reflection. Thankfully, some projects are already in place. So we're trying to get feedback from students. So students, if you have feedback, please don't hesitate to reach out to us and provide that feedback. But we are meeting with student leaders shortly, and we're really trying to look in the mirror to say, okay, where did we fail? Where did we succeed? And what can we do better for January?
Right. Yeah, thank you so much for always listening to the students and putting them first. I think I've seen it firsthand how the college here at St. Clair puts always the students first, and it's always, like Patty says, a student is a student, no matter if they're international or domestic, they're all treated the same, and I think we all see that.
It's the reason we're here.
Exactly.
And I don't say that, it truthfully is.
Yes, it is. Can students still apply if they want to be Saints, can they still apply? And if so, what's the best way to apply?
Well, if anyone wants to become a Saint still, absolutely. We have an intake in January, and right now students that are interested in January, there's a couple ways of doing it. The easiest, the way that you'll see published on the internet, on our web pages, through social media, is to apply through OCAS,
Right.
The Ontario College Application Service. There is a portal available for international students specifically. There's also a portal for domestic students.
Right.
Quite frankly, our program availability is listed there, and that is the easiest way to get their application rolling.
Right.
We will communicate with you. Once we expect to get transcripts, some sort of documentation, and usually communication starts quickly.
Right.
And acceptance can be done quickly. January is not our traditional start. September is our traditional start, but it is our second largest, especially from an international perspective. So time is of the essence. Although it may feel like there's time, the reality is, at least in our world, we know the end of the year is about 7 weeks away.
Yes.
It's coming quick.
It's coming quick, yeah. So students, if you want to be a saint and join us, apply now.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yes. If a student is facing some financial difficulties, who is the best person that they can contact?
Well, that would be our financial aid office. Right. There's a couple ways of doing it. If you are on campus, you can certainly approach the counter and speak to someone. When I say what financial opportunities exist, right now the timing is we have our tuition bursary application open. It is open to everyone, and it is open for a period of 4 weeks. So it does close on November 15th, so not to confuse it with the scholarships.
Right.
This is a need-based bursary, and quite frankly, if I'm being brutally honest, a lot of students don't apply for it.
Right.
There is a budget that they have to complete. Quite frankly, you are supposed to be showing St. Clair College that you need money. As a student, I don't think that's hard to do, especially if you have OSAP and so forth. It is an OSAP tool we use, so we encourage. There is money available. It is money that we're mandated to put aside to help students. It's the same pot of money that we help students, that we pay students through work study, that we do our entrance scholarships and so forth. So it is need-based. Because it's need-based, typically it is a flat amount. So if you're looking at it that way, it could be an easy $500.
Right.
International students are eligible. International students are encouraged, as they may have heard, to go and complete an English proficiency. Not because you need to show us you're English proficient, but to see where there's opportunities for us to help you, whether it's voluntary tutoring, volunteering information that we can provide. So there is a opening for students to seek some academic and potentially some potential advice.
Wow,
what I would want to say is, because technology has been such a mandated. You've heard of asynchronous delivery, you've heard of synchronous delivery, the ability for students to watch a lecture online and so forth. That is a conversation that we're having, and we're looking at ways that we can put tools in the student's hand who may not have. I mean, you have a phone, I have a phone, most students, the assumption is, have phones. That may not be the case. So we're not naive to think that students are watching their lesson like this over the telephone, whether they're in a Starbucks, whether they are at school, whether at home, where there's an internet connection. We know that is a challenge for some, and some of us don't have the ability to use a tool. So again, some assumptions that are coming to light. We've done some informal surveys and so forth. So we are looking at ways to how we can assist students, whether it's a reimbursement, obviously with some caps and so forth. Maybe it's the acquisition of a tablet, so that it puts a student who's working online, it gives them the ability to watch a lecture, and then they can go and perform the assessment or whatever they're going to do, like they are currently. We want to find a way to ensure that students are able to remain engaged. Student engagement is key right now.
Yes, it is. Yeah, and those are all the questions that I have for you. So thank you so much. Is there anything else that you would like to say to the students as they're starting their semester, or they're applying, or they're in their midterms?
Don't hesitate to reach out to us. Right now, whether you are abroad, whether you are in town, whether you are face-to-face,
Let us know how you're doing. If you need help, if you have a question, please don't hesitate to reach out. We're here for you. We want to help you. We want to ensure that your experience with St. Clair is the best it can be. I know I don't want to say given its circumstances, but we are really trying to ensure that student engagement remains high. And we know that this is the beginning of a pathway for you that we want to be part of.
Thank you so much, and thank you guys for watching, and stay safe and go Saints.